Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the behavior correlation module in EventTracker. EventTracker's behavior correlation engine has an inbuilt correlation based on the enterprise activity that is learned. It performs a combination of statistical and behavioral correlation and detects both new and out-of-ordinary activities that significantly deviates from normal operations. It displays the dashlets with predefined set of rules. An admin user can also create custom behavior rules and add it as dashlets. The security and operational activities of an enterprise are presented in graphical form in this dashboard, and by default, EventTracker behavior correlation displays the last 24-hour data. Before we get into the details, let's first understand how behavior correlation works and look at the different components of this module. With millions of logs that keep coming on day-to-day basis, the administrator needs to be aware of any changes to the existing patterns or trends of activities that could go unaware or unnoticed. The logs that come in contain sensitive data like IP address, user IDs, system names, event IDs, process names, interactive IDs, administrative activities, logon failures, and so on. This is where the behavior correlation comes into picture. It has a basic learning period and captures each of these unique activities and creates a counter for the same. For example, if there are hundreds of users logging into different servers that are monitored by EventTracker, every login attempt would be added to respective logon counter by 1. So, effectively, in an enterprise network, there could be hundreds of unique logins and their counters keep adding up when they log into new or different system every single time. This gives an idea of the kind of patterns that emerge in general, and you can move with further ways of utilizing that information. You can also look at this data from other dimensions such as different types of logins to different systems, etc. In behavior correlation, an administrator has the option of defining the learning period and the threshold value by navigating to the behavior correlation settings from the admin dropdown. By default, the minimum count is set to 1000. The learning period is 3 days and the variation is 200%. The administrator also has the option of enabling the behavior correlation at the group level, which is applicable in multi-tenant environments. Now, suppose your average login count is 50 and your current activity has exceeded the threshold by more than 200%. It will be marked as an out-of-ordinary activity. The variation can either be positive or negative of the defined threshold. This can also be set as an alert to get notifications. In the behavior correlation dashboard page, you can view Windows activities in your enterprise represented in graphical view. To change the type of graph, use the graph icons in the right-hand corner. Now, let us take an example of security activity such as Windows audit policy and account management activity. This is nothing but the collection of administrative activities that have happened within your environment. And then there is also the IP address activity, which is one of the most sought after activity because there is a lot of information that comes from this, especially if the IPS and IDS data are being forwarded. The one thing that is specific to the IP address activity is that the IP class can be sorted as private or public. This gives a visual indication of utilization or the occurrences of these IP addresses within the network. There is also an option to do a whois lookup and log search for that activity, or you can add to filter list if it is a known IP address. It also shows where the IP address is coming from in a map-based view. Let us now consider an example of a new activity in behavior correlation. Let's assume that there is an external IP which was not accessed for past 3 days, and on the 4th day, a user in the enterprise connects to that IP. This is now identified as a new IP activity and a new alert comes in for that respective IP address. This kind of behavior pattern change recognition system is what we call behavior correlation within EventTracker. In a similar way, you can have a detailed view for the system activity, USB activity, logon failure activity, and so on. You can also use Windows process activity, if Windows process auditing is turned on. The processes shows up in the left pane. If there is any suspicious process, click the drop down and select what is this. And it connects to the process library, which has a repository of the processes. You can get more details about the particular process from this library. This was a quick overview of behavior correlation module, how it works, and the key options available. In the next video, we will focus on other important features in behavior correlation in detail. Thank you.